What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see, we got glowing skin, a nice like pinky nude lip, glossy lip, and of course a really intense green eye, and I'm loving it. So of course today we're going to be doing a first impressions. We're going to be playing with some new products that I recently acquired. I have some Buxom blushes, a Buxom cream highlighting palette, and of course we have a Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette that I use for this look today, and I have some Lily lashes on in the shade Miami because I have not ever used the Miami lashes. I've never used the Lily lashes before. Of course, I'm also going to be testing out and doing a wear test afterwards of the brand new Fenty Beauty new complexion product, which is the Pro Filter Concealer and the Pro Filter Powder. I have the shade Butter, and of course I have 110 and 120 in the concealer. So you know, the wear test is at the very end, so if you want to see that, keep on going to the end. I'm just going to be doing a first impression on these, on all these other products, and doing a really fun little tutorial for you guys today, giving you the tea on the products, what I think of them, and all that fun jazz, and of course, Fenty Beauty at the very end. So if you'd like to see how I got this look using some new goodies, then keep on watching. So my eyeshadow base is on, and it's time to go in with the eyeshadow look. Please excuse my skin. I'm going through something again. I don't know what it is. I have a lot of dry patches here. I have a lot of pimples going on. I don't really know what's going on, but we'll have to wait and see. Today we're going to be going in with the Juvia's Place The Tribe eyeshadow palette. This one's actually really stunning. You're going to get most of the greens and some like pops of corals in there. It is a really pretty palette. Obviously you're going to get 9 pans inside of here. I really don't know what kind of look I want to go for. I know I want to go with greens because obviously love me some greens. So I might go in with Masai right here first, which is like a nice lime green, and just kind of get that transition going. Now I just make the crease a little bit deeper. I'm going to go in with Tootsie right here, which is going to be like a nice, like deeper, not lime, but like a nice deeper green. Now that we got a little bit of a base going on right now, I'm going to dive into the Morphe X James Charles palette really quick. I'm going to go in with the shade Daddy, which is like this nice deep green, just to kind of keep making this a little bit more of like a granule effect. So now, as you can see, I cut my crease. Don't explain why I keep doing it. Maybe it's because I love the way that it makes my eyes look, but I will hopefully in the next video do a little bit of a change where I don't do it as often. So now let me go back in with the Tribe palette. I'm going to go in with this shade Chaga. I think that's Chaga, I believe is the name of it. That one's going to be the shade in the middle. So thankfully it's not like a perfect cut crease, it's more like I would say it's like a messy cut crease where it's like not a perfect line, but you can see it looks really good so far. We're gonna keep playing with it and see what we think later on. But now we're gonna go in with the shade Sand right here, which is like a nice like deeper teal. A tiny bit, I'm going to go in with the shade Spooky from the James Charles palette, which is the black, of course, and use that just to kind of darken this outer corner area. So we're not done with the eyes just yet, but I'm going to go throw on some primer and foundation really quick, and I'll be right back to put on some concealer, powder, and all that fun jazz with you guys. Now I threw on some foundation. I have the Lancome Taunt You Dull foundation stick on right now, and now it is time to go in with one of the star of the videos besides the Juvia's Place. It is the new Fenty Beauty Concealers. This is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. I have both shades 110 and 120. I thought that 110 is going to be way too light for the under eye area for me because it's a little bit more like a brightening thing. But then 120 would be a little bit closer to my skin tone because 120 is what I wear in the liquid foundation. So the concealer looks like this. It has a really nice little like double-sided doe foot. So let's just put on the 120 first and see. Okay, so see, look at that. That is like super yellow to me. Why is it looking a little bit yellow? I mean, we'll have to wait and see how it's going to look when it's blended out. But let's, of course, add some 110 to it just to kind of make sure everything is like blended together. Because see, that together looks really good. Of course, before it dries, let's get to blending. My under eyes look very highlighted. Like, oh my god, I look very highlighted under there. But the good thing is that the two of them together actually makes a really pretty color. I will be, of course, in the future, trying the 120 and the 110 by themselves to see. I feel like the 110 by itself would be way too light, and I would be lighter than this. So maybe not that one, but the 120 I am going to try by itself because I really want to get a concealer that is like my absolute go-to by itself shade. Now that we're done applying the concealer, it's time to set the face. And of course, we got a brand new product too. We have the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder, and I have the shade Butter. The good thing is about this powder, it is $32, I believe, $32, and you get 0.98 ounces. So honestly, for the price point, that's really good because you're almost getting a fluid ounce, which is really nice because honestly, I think all powders should be this big or bigger because I go through them like crazy, and when you bake and when you use them every day and set your face with it, you're going to go through them a lot. So of course, it has a little cute little Fenty Beauty FB right there. So now I'm just going to set a little bit in the lid. Let me just, you know, do a little tapping motion, a little bit of settling and whatever. And then now let's apply some of the powder. Okay, so it does have a fragrance to it. I didn't think it was going to have a fragrance. It does, but it smells sweet. I don't know what the hell it smells like. Oh my god. It doesn't smell like vanilla, but almost has like a frosting scent to it. I don't really know what that is. Okay, so just taking a little bit of powder and just kind of dusting it as much as possible away because I don't want it to go super crazy under the eye. I feel like my under eyes are looking very dry to begin with, so that's just gonna be normal for me, whatever. But so far, I mean, the powder doesn't feel bad at all, which is a great thing too. We're gonna finish off this eye look. I'm gonna go back in with the shade Tootsie right here, and of course a little bit of Sun right there, and then of course I'm going to go in with Spooky from the James Charles palette. In the corner above on highlight, I'm going to go in with the shade Coral. Now that the eye is pretty much done, I'm going to throw on some mascara and some lashes, and I'm also going to throw on some contour and some blush, and I'll be right back to finish off the face with you guys. So the lashes are on. I'm using Lily Lashes in Miami. This is my first time playing with them. I really like the way that they look with any eye look. Honestly, I'm kind of loving them. So now I throw on my contour. I use the MAC Contouring Studio Fix palette, if that makes sense. And now I'm going to go in with blush. I forgot to mention that I was going to go in with blush anyways, and then highlighter and all that fun jazz. So today we have the Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused Blushes right here. I have Seychelles and Mykonos. I think Mykonos will be the perfect color for this look. That maybe, just maybe, the concealer is definitely not loving my eyes at all. So I'm not happy with that. I mean, I'm not saying the concealer's bad because I've seen so many good reviews on it, and I've tried the foundation and I've had good and bad days with it. So I feel like this might be another thing where it's like I'll have good and bad days with, honestly. So we're just gonna have to see. Before we get started with the highlighting portion, I just want to say that after a little while of letting my makeup sit, I'm now like 30 minutes into this look because I had a little conference call, so now I'm back. So now looking at my under eyes again, it looks so much better. So I'm going to be using the Buxom Divine Goddess Highlighting Palette. This one has 3 shades inside of here, but they're actually cream shades, so I don't know how I'm going to actually feel about it. I know I'm going to go in with the shade Venus. I really don't know how it's going to look, but of course we will try it. And of course I'm going to use a sponge with it. And of course, another thing too, I am going to use a highlighter over top because a subtle glow is not what I like to do. Maybe I do not need the other highlighter because this actually is giving me a pretty intense glow, and it's fucking cream. And I know it's a cream to powder, but like really. So now for lips, we're going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle in the shade Thick. And to finish the look, I'm going to go in with one of the new MAC lip glosses in the shade Best Teddy. Here you have it. This is the final look using some brand new goodies that I recently acquired, and of course just some new products I just recently launched. The concealer was not bad. It blended really nicely, thankfully, and it went on beautifully, but I will say, prep your skin first. I did not do that. I am more drier under the eye, and of course I have really bad nasty bags, so of course you're gonna need to prep your skin and use eye cream before you put this on if you're on the drier side like I am. So honestly, the 2 shades together made a really good color. I will definitely try the 120 by itself very soon, even though it's a little bit on the more yellow, warmer side. But the concealer had a really nice applicator. There was a nice pigment to it. It went on really nice. Like I said, it's just if you're on the drier side, prep your skin better. And then we also have this setting powder, which by the way, it has a fragrance to it. It says parfum on it, so I really don't know what fragrance it is that's in here, but it smells decent, I would say. But I definitely have to say with this one, I'm going to try just dusting it over top of everything, not really baking with it, because it did make my under eyes feel a little bit dry when I did this and the other, like the concealer as well. So when I did both of them, it made my eyes feel a little bit heavy and dry. But regardless, moving on, I just want to let you know that I feel like the powder is not bad, the concealer is not bad. I just will have to give it another go before I really give it like my final thoughts on it. I'm going to give this another wear test. I'm going to give the concealer and the powder a wear test after this video, just so you guys can see what I actually think of it doing a second round, not just a first impression, because of course I want to give it a true test and a true wear test to see if it really is good or bad or what have you. Hey guys, so like I said, today is day 2 of wearing the Fenty Beauty Concealer. I wanted to do something different where like I wasn't doing that whole look that I did yesterday. I wanted to do a little bit more of a everyday kind of look, especially since I'm going to work. So I wanted to use the concealer and the powder again. So like I said, today I have it on my eyes, my nose, my cupid's bow, everywhere else. I have a little bit of dry patches still, whatever, that's going to happen. But I'm using the concealer and powder again. I will say right now, the concealer did build up nicely, and I'm having a much better application with it. I did build it up. It's more of a medium coverage that you can build up to a full coverage. I used an eye cream, so thankfully I prepped my skin perfectly for it, but it does not feel like it's heavy, doesn't feel tight under my eyes like it did yesterday, which is a great thing. But also, I used the powder again, and I pressed it into the skin versus using it to bake. I feel like with a powder like that, and with a concealer like this, I feel like if you did too much powder, it's going to look cakey and crusty, and that's what happened yesterday. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a wear test for you guys, just so you can see my second reaction or my actual final thoughts on the concealer and the powder. So I will see you guys very, very, very soon. So now it is about 1:52, so we're at over 5 hours of wearing this concealer so far. It actually still looks really good, creasing a little bit under my eye because my under eyes are freaking terrible. But so far, no creasing on the lids. It actually looks really good so far, and it's staying really true to how it was when I first applied it. I say, so far, I'm actually really digging this concealer. I'm actually really liking it so far. Like I said, I'm very picky when it comes to concealers and to how they wear and everything like that. And so far, it's looking still pretty damn good. I'm really liking it. My highlighter is popping. I was just in the sun just a moment ago, but I was like trying to film and it just was like so overexposed I could not see anything. So anyways, like I said, it's looking really good so far. I'm actually really liking it, but of course I was like about to give it a really bad review, but now I'm still liking it a little bit. But I am going to update you guys a little bit later. Like I said, this is over the 5-hour mark. I'm going to update you guys a little bit later after I get off work. So now I am just now leaving work. It is now well over 10 hours since I put on this concealer. I'm gonna say right now, this concealer actually is really nice. Now the powder, like I said, I had some ifs, ands, or buts about it because, you know, sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. The first time I was like not loving it. The second time I loved it a lot more. But I will say the concealer by itself is looking freaking stunning. I'm really happy I gave it another chance to do a little wear test for you guys because I did not want to write it off and be like, this thing is shit, I don't like it, whatever. But I like it a lot more. It is worth the money. I definitely have to say you guys need to go pick it up. There are 50 shades to choose from, so it is very diverse in color, and I think that's amazing. So now, of course, I definitely would highly recommend it, especially if you are on the more oilier side. But if you're on the drier side, it still will look good. Just make sure you moisturize under those eyes. But of course, I really like this concealer a lot. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the very near future. Love you. Bye.